Okay, DJI Osmo Pocket owners, do not buy those ND filters for your camera. If they're in your online basket right now, take them out. Forget about it, at least until you've watched this video. I just may save you some money. Okay, stop. Don't listen to that guy. Don't listen to him. He's wrong. He's very, very wrong. Let me tell you why. Okay, first I started off wanting to do a little video on ND filters for the Osmo Pocket. Specifically on how you can stack ND filters on top of each other to give you a little extra level of ND. And it worked pretty well, until it didn't. The first time I stacked the ND filters, it worked perfectly. I had ND32 on already, so I added an ND16 on top of it to give you an ND of... carry the 1, pi, divide, the remainder of 2, ND 48. Whoa, I was promised no math. Now, the next time I tried the stacking method on Cosmo, that's right, I named my Osmo Pocket. Is that weird? Yeah, it's a little weird, right? Then the next time I stacked these ND filters, the gimbal went wild. It shook violently. You know, kind of like a dog when it's shaking to get the water off after going in the river. It kind of scared me a bit, to be honest with you. Now, the reason it was shaking is because there wasn't enough clearance for the gimbal head when you added a second ND filter on it. You can see the video right here. Anyways, I guess you could get around it by turning the Osmo on and then putting the ND filter on. But for me, I don't want to take a chance with this little tiny gimbal. So I would suggest, if you're looking to add a little bit extra ND onto the Osmo Pocket, that you go ahead and buy the ND64 or even the ND1000 if you're looking for long exposures. Again, I'm not sponsored by DJI or Polar Pro. For me, I think I'm going to get the ND64 when I need that little bit extra ND. So let's do some real world testing. To the laboratory. Okay, so this is my laboratory for the day. I brought Iron Man with me for 2 reasons. One, I always take Iron Man with me everywhere I go because you never know when you're going to need him. The other reason was I wanted a fun and colorful test subject. So there you go. First, we start off with no filter at all. I'm shooting at 24 frames per second in full auto mode. Next, I am shooting without a filter with the shutter speed of 1/1600, a very high shutter speed, which it needs to be so that everything is not blown out. With all of these tests, I'm shooting with an ISO of 100. Okay, now let's add ND8. And since I am shooting in 24 frames, I want to be shooting with a shutter speed of 1/50th, trying to achieve the 180-degree rule. You can see that the ND8 is just not enough. Now, I have increased the shutter speed to 1/160th. The exposure looks good, but really don't have the motion blur that I would like. I have now switched the filters to ND16 while shooting at 1/50th, but still a bit too hot. With the ND32 on, things are looking much better, but it really is a bright day and we have some cloud cover and the glare from the water is still making things a bit hot. So let's try stacking our ND16 on top of our ND32. Now I can tell the difference when stacking my filters. With the ND32 as high as my filters go, I wanted to add just a bit more ND, and stacking the ND16 on top of it helped me achieve this. Now, be warned that stacking filters can cause some vignetting problems and can cause some distortion in the image since the light has to go through various filters before it hits the lens. Now, another thing to be careful about is not to lose these tiny little suckers. The tiny size of these filters make them so convenient and oh so cute, but the tiny size does make them very easy to fall off and you may lose them. So far I'm pretty happy with the Polar Pro ND kit that I have. I have the standard kit of 3, but of course they come with a variety of ND filters now. The only problem I had at the beginning was trying to get those little suckers in and out of the case. There's a little foam insert that you put it in and put it out, but man, it was hard to get in and out. But I guess that's a good thing because you didn't want to lose them. Now after I've been using them for a while, they softened up a bit and it's fairly easy to get in and out. Okay, so there you have it, and it just goes to show you that sometimes you can plan out a video, but it just doesn't go the way you want and it goes completely upside down. But that's fine, because I didn't want my advice to end up damaging your Osmo Pocket. So now you have a little bit more information. If you want to try the stacking method, fine, go for it. For me, I'm not going to do that. I love this Osmo Pocket. I take it everywhere, like I said. I'm a professional video producer who shoots my own stuff. I shoot on professional full-size Sony XD cams, FS5s, Cine 100s, and I love those cameras. But this camera, it just goes places where the other cameras can't, and I think that's something that is really important these days, just to be able to get that camera out and shoot. So you have all that information. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Be careful with that little gimbal. You don't want to hurt that little gimbal. Whoa! I almost fell off there. See that? Yeah. Yikes. Don't fall in the water. Don't fall in the water. Oh boy, don't fall in the water. A little scared of heights too, but I think I'm okay. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go jump in the water. I'm not gonna jump in the water.